like you're looking for man's approval. You already have God's approval. Your story is powerful. It's impacted me sitting here listening to it. Each story can impact the lives you can touch. Your story's already got a beautiful ending. So I got something great that I want to tell you today. Well, hello everybody. I'm Mark. And I kind of find just coming to you live from a tool shed, I like the way that feels. Life so often brings us full circle in everything that we do. And today was my first day going into a prison as a volunteer chaplain. You know, I got approved by the state of Florida, and I went into my local prison for the sake of just not wanting to cross no lines, upset them people in no kind of way. I'm not going to mention the name of the prison, but I know many of y'all didn't see that coming. That's out of left field. There's a few of y'all who's probably thinking, wow, now ain't that something? And it is something. I went in today and it was kind of scary. I pulled up in the parking lot and I'm looking at all the fences, and I'm just wondering, if I go in, are they gonna let me back out? You know? And I went up and they treated me like I was staff. I know it. I never experienced nothing like that. I mean, I had some books in my hand, and they brought me in past the line of everybody else. And I go in, I go through the security procedures, take off my shoes, go through the metal detector, get pat down, all that kind of stuff. And they opened up a door and I went in, I told them my name, and I was there to see the chaplain. I was a volunteer. They asked me if I had a PIN number. I went through the routine. They handed me a badge and a body alarm in case I was getting any trouble out there, or a gang of inmates would jump on me or something like that. I have a body alarm. I can push a button and SWAT team will come. I ain't needed, I ain't asked for it, but either way, they handed it to me and they popped the gate. Pop! The gate opens up and they just open up the door to the jungle. They said, go on in. Didn't have a guard escort me. Didn't have the chaplain come up and see me. Just gate opens up and out I go. And I stepped out on that compound and that gate shut behind me, and I stood there and I looked, and I just looked around. I walked along the sidewalk up to the chapel department, and I went in. I didn't know anybody. I'd never been there before. Nobody ever seen me before. And just, there ain't a whole bunch of strangers just be walking around the prison compound. You know what I mean? Most everybody know everybody and to see everybody day in, day out. And not all of a sudden, I just walk in. And the inmate there, he jumped up, grabbed my hand, shook my hand, said, hey sir, how you doing? I said, I'm here to see the chaplain. He said, okay, I get him. He's in his office. He went over there, but the chaplain happened to be on the phone. So I stood there just waiting. I was looking at the bulletin board. I was just kind of observing my surroundings. And another inmate come up. He shook my hand. Hey man, how you doing, man? I told him my name. I shook his hand. Another inmate come by. Hey man, how you doing, man? Man, they were so friendly. They were so welcoming. And I went in and I spoke with the chaplain. I explained that I just wanted to be of use. I just wanted to serve these men. I just wanted to serve this population. I had a testimony, I had a story, and I'd be willing to be there to pray with any of the guys, go around to the dorms, visit the guys in confinement, offer a word of encouragement, wherever he felt I could be used. I spent a few hours there. They gave me a carte blanche just to walk around the compound, to shake hands. I talked to fellas, and I got to telling this one guy my story. I went there to minister to these people. I went there to pour into these men. And I left there with these men having poured into me and having ministered to me. I went in and I was telling one guy, I was talking to him, introduced myself, telling him a little bit about my story, my testimony, if you will. And I got to the part where here in 2018, I went before Ron DeSantis, applied for a pardon, and they didn't give it to me. Because of all that, I had ended up writing the book, starting the Up Your Averages movement, and part of that going back into the prisons and helping men. And he told me, he said, man, sounds to me like you're looking for man's approval. He said, and you already have God's approval. He said, man, your story is powerful. It's impacted me sitting here listening to it. He said, this story ain't about you anymore. It's about the people that your story can impact, the lives you can touch with what's already happened. He said, your story's already got a beautiful ending. There ain't no need to go look for another one. You've got it. Use it. He said, man, we welcome you here. We want to hear what you got to say. He said, we need to see examples of men who have gotten out, who have done right, who have reached success. The people in here need to know that there's life beyond these fences. He said, man, we welcome you. Thank you for coming. Please come back. So I'm going to go back. I brought in my books, my Up Your Averages books. A daily guide to improving your life, daily guide to improving your relationships, and it's here, folks, the brand new one, a daily guide to improving your finances, and last but not least, a daily guide to improving your life for people that don't like to read. This is full of pictures, inspirational pictures. And you can find these on my website, markwcast.com. So either way, I just wanted to chronicle today. I wanted to put my thoughts down. I wanted to record it for history. And I'm not at a point where I can bring a phone into the institution. I can't bring in, record, take photos, nothing like that. But I'm going to be bringing you a weekly update on how things are going in there. People I'm talking to, things I'm doing, touring confinement, touring the dorms, working in the chapel, leading a service, teaching a class, whatever the case may be. I'm going to chronicle my journey the best that I can. And I appreciate you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the like button and the little bell, all that there. I appreciate all y'all. Up your averages.